And as it rolls away now, there are a lot of tired riders in this event. And really, Sam, it has only just begun.
Yes, indeed. I think as we went into the Marlboro Tour 1998, what was not brought into consideration was the El Nino phenomenon. The heat really affecting many of the riders. Our field cut down now from 84 to, as you mentioned, just about 75.
Well, there's the points competition leader, sponsored by Gatorade. That's Hamad of Malaya. Been to his name so far. That's the most consistent rider on the finish line every day who scores the points. So he'll defend that green jersey. In the mountains competition, sponsored by Viva, it's still Rossley of Malaysia. So they're riding very well, the Malaysians, and they're the real threat, I think, to the Philippine national team. Nilo Estayo, well, this is the man who is the best young rider in the competition, sponsored by Budget. And this is the man who has ridden so well in this tour this year, under 23 years of age. There's the weather, a little bit cooler, not very much, 39 degrees Celsius. That's terrifically hot to most of these riders. And the wind is moderate today, I think. Now, the riders have been released, the end of the neutralized section. And already we've had a flurry of activity. This is Placido Valdez, again on the front, looking for an early move. Valdez has done this every day of the race, and shooting right past him on the right is the yellow jersey of Juan Davidilia. Well, Pat McQuaid, the race director, said to this rider, take it easy for the first half of the race today and wait until the mountains. Well, this is his answer. He's gone immediately.
Okay, and Juan Davidilia weighs a very light 100 pounds, and he feels that his weight, as long as he can maintain it, it's perfect for the riding of the Marlboro Tour.
He's a beautiful, compact little rider. We're going back here behind the race. Tom here from China had a problem. He's received a wheel from a teammate. The Chinese team have tried to play their part in this tour, but they've always been thwarted by punctures. We are heading high up into double figures now. I think it's about 17 punctures they've had in the 4 days of racing. Back up front, still the yellow jersey. I can't believe they're going to let him go this early. Placido Valdez has come screaming across this gap, so he's got assistance from a very strong rider here, Valdez. He is the leader in the sprint competition, the Adidas sprint competition. That's why he's got that blue jersey on. The yellow jersey is here. 2 of the classification leaders out front and 2 of the Japanese riders at the back. Asayo Shimbo has had a puncture, and Yasuda, who was eliminated yesterday but reinstated, he finished a couple of minutes outside the time limit, is the man who's given him a wheel, and now he's looking for one himself. And this looks like Zen coming across from Malaysia.
Yes, and he is impressive. He was here last year. We just like to remind you that the roads are generally clear. They are of good pavement. There will be the mountain, what is known as the Tatlong Eme. That has been a treacherous climb. Even the descent is a difficult thing to transcend.
This is why I'm so surprised that riders so far in the overall classification have attacked in the first couple of kilometres of the race. Now we are 4. Federico Cruz has crossed the gap. He lies in 12th place overall. So we have 4 riders up here now. 3 of them are marked men, and yet they've been given the freedom of the open roads yet again, because Zen, also from Malaysia, is right up there in 4th place in this race. This is the main field, still cruising in the warm sunshine, thinking, well, there's 6 hours of racing in front of us today. It's a little bit early to start going out on the attack. Meanwhile, back to the Chinese. This now is I think they're out of tyres, because I've never seen this before. The manager is now blowing their tyres up. Well, that really is amazing, but they really have had so many punctures. They're very big riders, Seb, and they're using light tyres. They give the bike too much of a pounding, I think, and that's why they're getting flat tyres.
They're trying to compensate for their meat behind. They're trying to rush things, but in the process, they do get those punctures.
Yes, and when they hit the holes in the road, there's a lot of weight in the saddle. I mean, you compare those big Chinese riders with this little nymph here. Look at him, Davidilli. He weighs, as you said, over 100 pounds, and he's romping along at the moment. Santi Banancia has come up here as well. Now, this group is becoming very strong, because this rider is 6th overall. It's a very unusual combination to see riders who are so far in the... dancing on those pedals. We saw it last year, you know. He tended to lose his grip on the tour halfway through, but he was good in the opening week. Looking for some help. Bob coming his way back to the chase group now. We're a bit lower down the climb here. This is Horn, but it's then Malaysia in the lead, and the other Filipino rider, the third man with him now, Domingo, which means that if this race were to go to the finish like this, the Filipino national team would grab quite a healthy lead in the team race.
Because as of yesterday, it was China at the top of the roost for that team competition. We should mention that there is no longer any regional competition. All the teams are included in that one team competition.
Son, very good rider from Malaysia, looking for Commonwealth Games, and on form at the moment. Now, look at this, a little bit of an attack here, as Kelvin tries to get away on this long climb and get the point to the top of the hill. He's got himself a little bit of a gap. Rossley was the man who won the climb going in the opposite direction, which is a much harder climb, by the way. It's only a third category now on the return. And it's Rossley who's coming back, and the passenger right behind him is the other Filipino national rider, and that is Warren Davidia. So Rossley having none of it, he bridges the gap. We've got 3 leaders of the 6 on the climb.
Looks like the Malaysians have a heavy schedule for this year, Bill.
That team, I think they're establishing themselves as the international.
Looks like the Philippine national team is spread out so well in this race here today.
Well, I think they've got a lot of confidence in the way they rode yesterday. Today is a little bit more sensible. Here comes the time gap. It's around about a minute, I think. We're looking at the leaders at the moment, and there's the confirmation. 1 minute, 10 seconds, and back to that group containing the race leader. And here are the leaders, and they're keeping the pace nicely up. The gap has gone up to about 1 minute, 10 seconds now. A little wave to the camera there, thank you very much, Federico Cruz. Well, there's still 90 kilometers to go. This race could certainly change yet. They'll catch a glimpse of the main field as they make their way out of the town, heading back down the same road they've just taken a couple of hours to race along. The gap is around about a minute and 10 seconds over the yellow jersey main field, and this group of 12 now vastly strengthened. And looking like it might well hold off the pack, but we'll know very shortly, Sam.
Just catching the tail end of the front runners and the Peloton, where most of the big stars, especially our yellow jersey man, Arnel Kelvin, is bunched together there.
There is Kelvin, as he keeps an eye on all the riders dashing around him, but they're running in, as I say, around about 1 minute 10 seconds behind. Little groups all of the time trying to get a working party off the front of this big field. They're far from out of the hunt today. They can close this gap down in just a few kilometers. Riders who are dropped, this is Juan Campo here at Pasibas, who are behind the leaders. They're yet to be caught by the yellow jersey group, but their days are numbered. The group is right behind them.
Earlier we saw number 52, Ryan Tanile. You know, the Northern Luzon riders are beginning to make their move because in just a few days we'll be heading towards their territory. We end our Southern Luzon swing just about today.
And there is the Nuez rider. And oh, look at that, Espirito is shot off the front, almost as if Bernard Duzon had seen that, because he was waiting for Espirito to go. He's gone after him, but I'm not sure he's going to catch him because this rider is absolutely flying. There is Duzon. He wants you look over your shoulder and see who's coming to help you. It means you are cracking. And indeed, this rider here is full of power because this is quite a steep little climb here at the finish. And Espiritu is finding the strength. He kicks out of the saddle. Now he's waiting for this because he's ridden very intelligently today. He waited behind on the big climb. He knew this climb was here, and now he's giving it 100%. A little bit further down because there's been an attack from the main field behind what's left of it. Aseo Shimbo of Japan is now riding in 7th place on the road, but he is still some 3 minutes behind this. The attack here made by Victor Espiritu. He's won one stage already. He's flying up this mountain and he's 5 kilometers from the finish.
And the Philippine team continues to be impressive. They are dictating the tempo of this Marlboro drive, at least up to this day.
Well, here's the field now with the yellow jersey up near the front of Warren Davidinia. The only riders ahead of this group now are the remnant of that escape and the Japanese rider we've just seen. Well, it hasn't been a bad day for Davidinia. They're not very far behind, a couple of 3 minutes or so, no more than that. And you know, yesterday he had such a hard day and that 220 kilometer breakaway. He deserves something of a rest. And in any case, he's going to take consolation in the fact now that his team leader, and I think it's fair to say his team captain, Espiritu, is going to the stage win now for sure. He has broken the enthusiasm of the rest of the break. He's now taking the top of the climb, so he's assured now of a leader's jersey down at the finishing line, because he is the new leader now of the Beaver King of the Mountain competition.
And here are the fans of the Marlboro Tour. Even the Japanese, who is making great progress here today, should climb at least 2 notches.
Well, it's nice to see Shimbo making this attack. He's certainly tired, but he's got away from the field. He's gaining confidence now over the days that lie ahead. But this man doesn't need anything like that. He's full of confidence. 1 kilometre to go. It's a wonderful sight. The red triangle in the sky, which is famous throughout the world for the international bike races. The riders know then that victory is just around the corner. And Navadilia here, pushing people out of the way. He wants to nip through to the front and continue the chase. He sensed there was a lull in the chase there. He does not want to lose any more time, so he's got them going again. But he's still behind on the road, of course. Now, about 500 metres to go, less than that possibly now, for Espiritu, 100 metres in fact. A solitary victory for him. This is going to be a wonderful result. Win number 2 for Espiritu and win number 4 for the national Philippines team. They are having a great time this year around. So Victor Espiritu gets the win. The clock starts now. He will climb a couple of places overall. And coming up now for second place, and a fine second place by Bernard Luzon. The young rider of this race gets better and better, and the rest of the group come home. Tang, the Chinese rider there, finally taking the 5th place. Well, the manager and his charge, who is the happier? And the yellow jersey group comes in at 3 minutes and 22 seconds back. Here's the result. Victor Espiritu, 41 seconds up on Bernard Luzon, having a great race now. And further down the list, Roland Davadilia, 3:22 back the leader. Gonzalo Espiritu, 1 Campo comes in 3:52 back, so he loses time to Victor Espiritu today, as well as the race leader, because he was caught and passed on the run in towards the